You know what they say, good things come in small packages. Right behind me, it's the brand new redesigned Nissan Kicks. And yes, this is a subcompact vehicle, but it's making a huge splash here at the New York International Auto Show. It's being swarmed all day by all journalists from all over the world, and I'm gonna tell you why. The all-new Kicks, of course, is larger, but not by a whole bunch, about 50 millimeters longer. It's a little bit wider, a little bit taller. And you'll see the design, though, is so radically different. You get a very box, like a very big rectangle shape, and look at the different texture that we have on the bottom here. And from what we heard, it's because the designers, when they're working on the computer, they're working with polygons and different shapes, and normally they just hit a button and it transforms it and smooths it all out. And for the first time, they've incorporated that computer generated type of look into the textures, and you see it on the front lip here, and of course across the bottom rocker panel. Absolutely love the two-tone look of this top SR. Not only is it striking in the red against the gray, but you actually have it coming all the way down the A-pillar, including, you have it included on the mirrors. And check out all these little Easter eggs on these Kicks here. Normally on the two-tones we see like a black top, but this is definitely a lot more striking on this model here. But in order to get the full effect of the entire design, we actually talked to Alfonso Abaiza himself, and he lets us in on some of the design secrets of this new Nissan Kicks.
So even though the footprint of the vehicle is very similar to the outgoing Kicks, there's some tricks that we did to make this look much bigger. So first of all, the profile, it looks extremely rectangular. So we have a straight shoulder line that goes, and both the rear and the front drop, bum, vertically. Very uncreatively vertically, but beautiful. And as you see here, we even took that to another level where literally the front graphic of the vehicle is rectangular. So we just let it play it out, this big rectangular grille. We still have a V-motion, but what we really wanted to feel is this very techy face with the very linear signatures. And because again, we wanted this feeling of big, a rectangle on the side, a rectangle on the front. So it's not a Jeep, it's not that kind of thing, because the customer likes and enjoys a refinement. So rectangular, boxy, techy, even when you get to the details, we started to put these fractals, digital fractures all through the black parts, because just like you see here, we thought there'd be very cool play of the light, and allows the black part, which normally is not wonderful, but actually makes more wonderful. So that was, you'll see it on the chin, you'll see it on the side, and it really plays nicely against the light. And then the rear, again, the rectangle here where we played, so on the yellow car and other cars, this middle be very bright, and the rectangle will be felt. So we played with this rectangular motif everywhere, and this black part frames all the way around, because we wanted that sense of the framing. But when you look at the back is where you can start to feel the differences of the outgoing Kicks. Outgoing Kicks, the tumble home was much more. So the glass has now been stood up, so the headroom, shoulder room inside the second row is much better. But also it gives us this great vertical and then this wonderful flared out rear fender that normally you don't have on, this is as we go fashion adjustments. In design generally, as you see with Aria and other, we're playing with this mix of very techy elements, these linear, almost coiling elements. It's not an EV, and then with the machining. So you get a sense of dynamic movement, but also the machining. This is, I think, an 18.
Open up the rear tailgate. It is manual, it's not power, but you wouldn't normally find a power hatch on this segment of vehicle. And a lot of room for this little guy here. Underneath, you'll see we have a tire mobility kit. No spare tire, but I believe that may be an available option if you want a spare. We have lights on either side, of course, 60-40 split on here. Now the biggest difference also for the interior room though is the actual shape of the vehicle, where it would normally go and taper more near like the middle and going up. You get more width right across the entire interior, giving you a lot more room. It definitely feels a lot roomier inside, so let's go in. On the inside of this Kicks, man, there is a big difference, a huge departure from the outgoing model. You have this nice premium type of feel and look and touch as well, soft touch materials. You have the option now, you get a standard 12.3-inch infotainment screen, and you can get an optional 12.3 for the driver display as well. So this is normally, you know, it's like for categories higher than this subcompact entry class here. Nice accents on the stitching. I love the steering wheel, has a good feel, and you have the volume scroll wheel now on here. Now, since this is now available in all-wheel drive, if we go into our drive modes here, we can select Eco, Standard, Sport, and an all-new mode, which is Snow. Perfect for our northern climate that we have in Canada. Wireless Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, large panel roof with power. They've done a really good job packaging this interior, not just to give it a premium feel, but to give more usable room for all the occupants. You'll see the seats have a nice cool design on it. Everything's very funky. Now below for your HVAC controls, first of all, you do have a volume knob, and you do have kind of a hybrid type of climate control. So it is not through the menu, which I love, but it is a touch screen or touch sensors. It does not have any haptic feedback that I know of, but it might, maybe if we go into through the menu and we get the cameras. This is even available with a 360 camera, you know, for a subcompact class. Mind you, we are in the top SR trim right now. So yeah, this is going to be a huge welcome to, you know, it doesn't matter if you're just a young person getting into a new vehicle or you just need a second vehicle. You can really have your cake and eat it too. Just because it's small doesn't mean it's small in features. So let's check out the back. All right, we mentioned the room in the rear seat. I'm 5'11". Sitting back here, I have exactly that much room when I put my head back. We didn't mention here, on the side of the headrest, you have these, it says Bose Personal Plus. So I'm assuming, and it feels like, there are embedded Bose speakers in the headrest of this new Kicks. We have seat back pockets, USB-C connections here, and a very minimal, small little hump in the middle, which is a welcome plus. If I was to sit in the middle, it's not bad. It's not bad. Of course, it's not as comfortable as either seat, but I don't think you're going to be carrying 5 passengers in this vehicle too often at all. But the feel, the touches, it's actually, I just can't believe this is a subcompact now. They really have done a great job on this brand new Kicks. Under the hood, you'll find a 2-liter naturally aspirated 4-cylinder, which is good for 141 horsepower and 140 pound-feet of torque. Now that power is going through the latest generation of Nissan's Xtronic transmission, which is a continuously variable transmission. And remember, this is the very first Kicks now to be offered with all-wheel drive. There's no doubt Nissan definitely means business with this new Kicks. It's a compelling package that should appeal to a very large audience for sure. As of right now, we don't have pricing, but when we do, we will update it on the video. Thanks for watching. See you on the next Everyday Review.